Dr. Anthony Fauci really is an incompetent. I really believe this. He spends way too much time in the media, I'm sure. Offline, he spends way too much time building up his reputation, going to ball games, People magazine. This is the middle of a pandemic. Now think about it. Is that appropriate? He's been in his current position almost 40 years. He's been a federal bureaucrat for half a century. He's 80 years old, so that means he has very little private sector experience, as a matter of fact. And you would think, as the head of infectious disease office in the United States, that you'd be so busy going through data, worldwide information, keeping track of stuff, you wouldn't have time to go on these TV shows and these radio shows. But he's everywhere. He's on airport radar. He's on sonograms. This guy is everywhere. So in any event, somebody was smart enough and had enough time to put together almost everything he has said about masks. And this really does say it all. I mean, this is really a big deal. Take a look at this. Go.
People should not be walking around with masks. Let me just state for the record that masks are not theater. Wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better. And masks are protective, but it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is.
Mark, there has not been any indication that putting a mask on and wearing a mask for a considerable period of time has any deleterious effects.
There are unintended consequences. People keep fiddling with the mask and they keep touching their face.
And can you get some schmutz sort of staying inside there?
Of course.
You do not need to wear a mask indoors if, in fact, you've been vaccinated. Good that you're vaccinated, but in a situation where you have people indoors, particularly crowded, you should wear a mask.
So even if you are vaccinated, you should wear a mask. If, in fact, you are vaccinated, fully vaccinated, you are protected, and you do not need to wear a mask outdoors or indoors. When the children go out into the community, you want them to continue to wear masks.
You know, if you look at children outside, particularly when they're with the family, walking down the street, playing a game or what have you, don't have to wear a mask.
The Academy of Pediatric actually makes that recommendation that children should be wearing masks from 2 years old onward.
And you're asking now, if your child is a member of your household, can you walk outdoors with your child without a mask? According to that chart, the answer is yes.
But the child can't, not to beat it to death.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Because now the CDC says, I mean, I think I've got this right. 1 mask is better than 0 masks. 2 masks is better than 1 mask. But you don't have to have double masks. Is that right? I mean,
you know, it became clear that cloth coverings that you didn't have to buy in a store, that you could make yourself, were adequate. And then you want it to fit better. So one of the ways you could do it, if you would like to, is put a cloth mask over, which actually here and here and here, where you could get leakage in, is much better contained.
are you a double masker, Dr. Fauci? It looked like you are.
Can you follow any of that? Seriously. It's just shocking. And thanks to Operation Warp Speed and the prior president, Donald Trump, he understood we need therapeutics and we need vaccines. And all during that period of time, he was attacked by the Democrat Party and the media and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. While he knew the answer wasn't masks, the answer was therapeutics and vaccines. And now we have the CDC that's talking about people who have been vaccinated, as you know, wearing masks even inside. So think about that. There's people who haven't been vaccinated. They're trying to persuade them to be vaccinated, but they're saying even if you're vaccinated, you have to wear a mask. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to be vaccinated, why would you be vaccinated? How persuasive is their argument? You're still going to have to wear a mask because what is the bottom line? The bottom line, according to them, then, is the vaccine's not working. Well, we have this new thing, the Delta variant. Well, I looked into this actually yesterday. The Delta variant, while we have a growing, and not a massive number, a growing number of people going to the hospital for the Delta variant on the virus, almost nobody's dying from it. So the vaccine is actually quite effective to keep people alive. Almost nobody's dying from it. So now they want to grab power back. They want to shut things down, tell people they can't go to church. They want to force people to wear masks inside, even if they're vaccinated, and on and on and on. And then just to demonstrate what liars they are and just how dishonest they are and how politicized all of this has gotten. And I talked about this on Fox the other day and on radio before that. If they really cared about preventing the spread of this virus in the United States, they would seal up that border as tight as possible. Because illegal aliens are coming into this country, and by definition, they're not tested, and by definition, we don't know what the hell they have. And it turns out where there is testing, which is minimal, a 900% increase in the Rio Grande Valley, which is the area where the highest concentration of aliens are coming. And then there was a story recently that there were people in a diner that turns out they were illegal aliens. They were coughing and sneezing. They've been placed in a hotel by Catholic Charities. They were released into the United States by the Biden administration, and they have the coronavirus. Nobody told the mayor. Nobody told anybody in the town. They're walking around in the town. They're sitting in a diner. They're in a hotel. They're spreading the virus. No masks, nothing. So how can you possibly say that people who are vaccinated, in their, a supermarket, need to wear a mask to protect them from whom? If you're vaccinated, you're not giving the virus to anybody, and you can't get the virus. And if you get this Delta variant, what we know so far is you're going to be okay. It's not deadly if you've been vaccinated. Okay, got it. But if you're an illegal alien, you get a pass, what I call a health pass. So there's really two kinds of people who get a health pass. Illegal aliens, who they're bringing into the country, and who are obviously spreading the virus. And rioters, Black Lives Matter and Antifa. Remember, they got the exception because the CDC said something like, well, equal justice is a health issue too. And go, what in the hell are they talking about?
For more, sign up for Levin TV.